What's going on, guys? We're here for another video. We're currently in Mooresville, Ohio, on our way to pick up a 69 Camaro RS convertible that we found online on Auto Trader for a really good deal. So we made the trek up here from Virginia. About an 8 to 10 hour trip. So we're about a couple minutes away right now. I'll take some more footage once we get there, get some story on the car, and show you what it looks like.
Take a shot with me and we'll chase it down. With all the blood and tears my brother shed, it turned him to a clown. Don't be afraid, the feeling will fade.
We just got to the place and there's the car sitting out here.
So I had a feeling I was going to get rid of the car, so I just bought a cheap pair that would fit. If they're brand new, they only got a few hundred
How
miles.
old? So you got this car when you were 16?
17.
Wow.
17 years old.
Yeah.
1987.
My dad, you're going to see the title, and the title is originally in my dad's name because
Yeah.
he said, if you want that car,
Right.
you're going to have to put it in my name so that if you do something stupid, I can take it. So
That
that
would
was
be-
the
that
deal.
would be me
That was
with him.
Yeah.
my dad. He's a good dad.
He did the
He's
same
a good
thing.
Dad. And he was
Same
just
thing with
watching.
Paul.
He was just he never had to take it, but I knew in the back of my mind he could.
That's awesome.
Here's the trunk. There's that hole there.
Yep.
And then this right here.
Yeah, Colt
These are
67 has that. Right. That's where I think the leaf springs attached, right?
Yes, I would have to say probably you're right. Well, here too.
Okay.
Here too.
Yeah. All right. So
Um,
you need
there-
the trunk down.
There's a set of air shocks under the original because I just like the back end up a little bit. I had put in these new hinges maybe 4 years ago, and I found out I am not a body man. I just do not have the patience.
I'm not either. I'm more mechanical.
Yes. when my dad and I pulled the motor and had it rebuilt, and I enjoy that part of it, but
Yeah,
I can't do the body.
I'm the
work. I
same
just
way.
Can't do it.
I love this color combo.
I like the color scheme too. I think the car actually looks better.
Or no color?
This is the color it was when I bought it, but I'm 100% sure it was repainted. I love the white convertible top. I actually think the car looks better with the top up than the top down.
Yeah.
There's the original air cleaner over here.
Oh, cool.
That's not the original carb. It is a 2-barrel that was originally on there. When, of course, when you're 17, it's not fast enough or loud enough.
Right. Yeah.
So it had to have a 4-barrel.
Right.
So I put a 4-barrel on it, and my dad even told me, it was a big Holly, and my dad told me, he says, Shane, he says, that's a big carburetor for that little motor. He goes, just take it easy on it tonight and see what it does.
Yeah.
Well, a guy pulled up beside me in a Chevelle at a traffic light. Well, you're going. You know, what are you going to do? You have to. So I laid on it, and before I even got through the intersection, flames shot out on the corners of the hood, and the
my
car just
God.
came to a stop. And my buddy jumped out of the passenger seat and poured a bottle of Mountain Dew on the carburetor, and we
Nice.
towed it home.
That
And
killed it.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But I had to put an Edelbrock cleaner on it because
Right.
it stood so tall I couldn't get the hood closed. I couldn't put the original air cleaner on.
Correct.
Oh, I just completely fried that chrome Edelbrock. It just
Wow.
burned it, singed it.
Yeah.
Threw
Wow.
that away.
That was a fun night.
It was. It's a story.
You had
Yeah.
to do
That's
it.
why,
It's
right?
the story. Well,
and that's what cars like this are supposed. You're supposed to have a story with a car
Right.
like.
That's what this is. This is the story.
Yeah.
It's the backstory of the car.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's it's just one of those things.
Wow. That's cool, and that's a great story, and we appreciate you selling it to us. You know, we really do. So we're gonna have fun doing it. Be a little bit of work,
Yeah. Yeah, you got some
but
work.
you had it a long
Yeah.
time.
Yes,
So-
I had it a very long
And do you
time.
know before you? Do you know was the car always from Ohio?
No,
or do you
I
know much
don't know.
about
The
it?
gentleman
Yeah.
the gentleman I bought it from was one town over.
Mhm.
it had 99,000 miles on it when I bought it. In fact,
Yep.
when I drove it home, it turned over to 100,000.
Right.
So I've only put 9,000 miles on this car in
Right.
17
Wow.
in-
Wow.
since
Well,
87.
at least, yeah, 30 years.
Sat in the garage when I started my career. Probably sat in my dad's garage for 8 or 10 years, never
Right.
moved.
Right.
Because it just, life happens.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, then
Yeah.
I had some time and we did some work and got her running.
Yeah. Well, I'll have more time for this because I retired from the building business, so
Yeah,
I'm doing this as my hobby.
right.
So, and I love cars. I've always been around cars since I was a little kid. So
Yeah.
it's it's in my blood, and it's now in Cole's blood and his brother
Yeah.
Ford. So it's what we like to do. Yeah, we're good. We'll take the car.
Okay.
And,
Let me at least start it for you.
that's fine.
Yeah, the dash isn't so great up front. The VIN's still in there and solid.
That's usually where they
Fire's right up.
I know you said you rebuilt the training on it.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
We built the transmission in that size, but it's just stock. They didn't do anything fancy to it.
Right.
It's just is what it is.
So it's a 3-speed.
Turbo fire.
Right.
Turbo fire. I've got an extra door panel over here for you, and I got a rear floor fan. And here, this is the vacuum tank. Yeah. I never even tried to get them to run. I would just jump out and slide them over. That's all I ever did.
How do you do that?
Just push on them.
Okay, that'll work. We'll get that back up and running.
That's all you do to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love the white bumblebee stripe across the middle.
Yeah, I like that too.
They made.
I know those were an option to get that from the factory, I think. Yeah.
But
It's running.
That makes it easier.
no, it runs well. My son, actually the last one to drive it, last Sunday he drove it to work just on us.
How old's your son?
He's 18. He's in there.
Okay.
He's taking college classes, and he's in there doing homework right now. He doesn't know you're here. I should go say something to him.
Yeah. Cole's 28, my other son's 22.
Yeah, he's 18.
He just finished, my son just finishing his college in Fairfax gaming design.
Gaming? Oh, really?
Gaming
Okay,
design.
yeah, no, I understand.
But when he used to be on the computer doing game that thing, when he was young, and then in high school, senior year, he goes, oh, I said, what are you going to pursue? He goes, oh, gaming design. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense to me. You should have said that to me a couple of years ago.
I'd have left you alone.
I wouldn't have made you give up the computer. This is what went on. So, and it's funny. And he only applied at one college. And I said, are you, what college did you apply? He goes, one, George Mason. I said, one, you're going to do it. Actually, that's 2 or 3. He goes, no. I said, well, you think you're getting in? He goes, no, I'm getting in. I said, okay, well, I'm done. You sound you got it covered. And sure enough,
He did it.
yeah, he did.
Hey, I like a man with confidence.
Yeah, he's very confident. Very funny. So, anyway, this is going to be in good hands.
Yep.
Yeah, the radiator was just done 2 years ago too. I had a leak in the top, and the guy just took the very top coil out for me.
Yeah.
Is all. So it's short, like one coil.
Okay.
He said
Okay.
it's not going to hurt anything. You guys, as much work as you're probably going to do
Yeah,
to it, you're probably going to
exactly.
swap on it. Yeah, but really, that's it. Do you want to drive it before you?
Yeah.
No. It is what it is.
It is.
Yeah,
what
it's
it
fine.
is. It runs and it can go on the trailer.
Nothing.
Amen.
It'll go on the trailer.
So,
do,
because
do you want these other? do you
yes, we'll
want
take
this
those
stuff?
parts. Yes.
Okay.
Anything you have that goes with it, we appreciate it. Nice.
Want the windows up for the trip, or how do you
What do you think? Probably up, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Sounds good.
Does sound good. Got it. Thanks.
Well, she sounds good. doesn't
Oh, it
she?
sounds great.
I love that rumble.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, we really appreciate it.
No, it's
I'm
been,
glad.
it's been a pleasure dealing with
I'm
you.
glad we connected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind and you get some good pictures of it as you're restoring it, I think.
Send me your email address.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I think
I'm
I'd like
looking
to.
forward to it.
I'll post some videos on my YouTube channel as we
Oh,
restore
you got a
it.
YouTube channel?
Yeah.
How do I find you?
I'll send you the link and you can just click on it.
No kidding. That'd be
He's
cool.
MID, Modified Imports and Domestics.
Yeah.
Him and his brother created that. Ford was 14 and you were like...
Oh, that was years ago. We haven't really done a lot of content until recently. We started making some videos. Haven't posted any.
He's retired. He's been working on his cars and stuff. So hopefully it'll come together. And I got an old building. It's Jewish Draft.
Yeah.
There's a little farm area just like this. And someone's moving out of it. And we're going to make that the center for all the cars. We're going to put up memorabilia. We're going to have jukebox and pinball machine and pool table.
My youngest, my son you met here, he would, if he could watch that, he would
love that.
He will drool on that. He will.
What's your son's first name?
Case.
Case.
C-A-S-E.
C-A-S-E.
Yeah, like the knife. Case.
Okay.
But yeah, he will. He's
You'll
gonna
love
miss
it.
his.
He's gonna miss. I know he's gonna miss it.
Yeah.
He had a hard time. We went back in the house and.
Yeah.
Because it's been here since I've been here, Dad. I don't, you know.
Well, we have that story. So I had my dad's '69 XKE. It was an automatic, and he bought it in 1989. He passed in '91, and then I got the car, and it sat in the garage until about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I really didn't use the car. I had 30,000 original miles on it, and I sold it.
Yeah.
And some nice fellow in Atlanta bought it. It was a nice handoff, and then Ford, his younger brother, said, "Oh, I really loved that car." I said, "We should, I didn't know how much you loved it."
Yeah.
So about 3 months ago, we
Yeah.
found in West Virginia, in Elkins, we found a '69, same year, original black XKE, but with the 4-speed. The other one had a Borg Warner Auto, which was a slug.
It was terrible.
It was a slug. So now we're restoring that. We'll do this one. We're going to do that MG that we're going to pick up in about a week or so.
Yeah. I think some of the most fun I had with this car is after I had gotten established, it was still at Mom and Dad's.
Yeah.
They'd been sitting in his garage. That poor guy had been sitting in his garage for 8 or 10 years, just in his way, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, Dad, before I take it, you've got the garage space. I'd really love to pull the motor and have it rebuilt. So he and I pulled the motor together, and it's about a 2-hour drive down to Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
And it was. I have a lot of good memories with him. Just the 4 weekends we took, just pulling it, cleaning it up, and then dropping it back in again.
Yeah.
That was time with my dad that I really enjoyed. I got some pictures, and I just remember that very strongly. I thought, boy, I'm glad I did that with him.
And these are the things that you never forget. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
time I spent with
pulled
my
out his
dad.
old Chilton's manual, you know,
Yeah,
from
oh,
when he
yeah.
was young, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's what we should read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heck,
The-
but hard.
that was-
It's a
that
hardbound book.
was the Bible for
Yeah,
automotive.
right. It was
Pretty
that
much.
big.
Yeah.
We pulled out the old Chiltons and we, you know, started in on it. And, yeah, it was,
Well,
it was
great
fun.
memories.
Yeah.
But, you know, like your son had this around. He's 18 now. It's been around a long time. And it's always ingrained in you.
Yeah.
I remember back this far. I was 3 years old. My father had a 56 Packard Caribbean convertible. Tri-tone paint, triple carb, dual antennas, dual exhaust. And my mother, we had a 1-car garage. And she was her car.
Yeah.
And she'd start up and back it up, and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And I was probably 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember.
And you remember
I
that.
remembered
Yeah.
when he lost his lease. He had the Gulf Station that he built up for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he lost the lease in the last year. They sold it out from under him to build a Bank of New York bank branch.
Yeah.
There was no other properties to buy. So he's got 4 kids at home. My mother,
Oh,
and he had to sell
no
some of the
business.
cars. And so 60. And that had to be 1964 when he sold the Packard. And I remember it ingrained in my mind where he sold it, when he sold it, and I was 3. That's
Yeah.
my first recollection of cars with my dad.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, I remember sitting in your 67 when I was a kid. Every time we go to New York, it was just sitting in his garage, you know,
Yeah.
not running. I'd pretend to drive it. So
Yeah.
I bugged him for 10 plus years till he finally brought it to Virginia and we got it running again.
Yeah.
he had sat in the garage. So the property that's still on it there, that car sat in that garage, and we'd go up there, and then for calls, what? He was like 10, right?
Yeah.
And then we finally decided to bring it down.
Yeah.
So, and that's how he wound up with the car. But they're great stories, and it's always the backstory about who owned it, what they did with it.
Oh yeah.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for selling it to us.
I appreciate
We'll
it. I
take
think it's in
good
good
care of it.
hands.
Yeah, thank
I'll
you.
be really curious to see.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'll enjoy that.
I'm sure.
But yeah, my dad is just he was an old car guy. It's my youngest son bonds with my dad over cars.
Yeah.
My dad's an old, he
He's
had
a
an old
Chevy
66
guy? What did he
vet.
like?
He's
Oh,
a
he's a
Chevy
Chevy
guy.
guy.
He had an
So
old.
the Chevy's pulling the Chevy, and your dad was in the Chevy.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
He had the Ford. He had the '66 vet with a 427. And
Oh.
he had what was it? An old Indian with a four.
The
with
four
the
cylinder
quads on it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in
Oh.
case every time Dad talks about that case system, it just they're
good
car
stuff.
guys.
But it's in your blood too. But it's nice that your son's connected with your dad and with your
Yeah.
grandpa. And
Yeah, it's
he's doing the same thing. It's all good. Awesome.
All right, well,
All right,
let's
cool.
get your title done.
We do that. I'm gonna strap these tires.
Well, we got the Camaro back home, so we're gonna unload it. I'm gonna put the camera under the car so we can see underneath of it while we back it off. And then we're gonna take it up to the wash and clean it up. Well, after viewing the undercarriage video, it looks pretty good for the most part for being a car from Ohio its whole life. The engine and trans, they look like brand new. The engine was rebuilt in 1999, and I think the transmission was rebuilt sometime in the last 10 years. So that it looks really clean, which that's nice for a change instead of oil leaks everywhere. And we found out, which we didn't notice when we picked it up, it has a power top, which I guess is a super rare option because I never knew that existed.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I never knew that came in the Camaros. Pretty cool feature.
But it still has like the manual locks up
Yeah, it
here.
still has
right?
these manual locks up here, but like the other day when I pushed the motor in the up position, you could hear the motor turn on. I didn't try putting it down yet because I'd like to wash it first because I don't want to like put it down and then it doesn't go back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, really clean interior. I'm digging it.
What are we doing?
He's just gonna meet us there.
Is he taking the
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna wash it.
We are off to the car wash now.
Yeah, and the Camaro, first ride. Sounds exactly like mine. No RPM gauge, no temp gauge, just fuel and speed. I don't think that fuel gauge is working. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what she got?
Was that to the floor?
Yeah, I don't see the floor. This thing does not have much power. I don't know what that noise is. It doesn't when I get the gas.
Does it when you hit the gas?
When you wash these things, you want to watch the window seals because at this point in their life, they're pretty worn out. You got a big gap here.
And then over here, you can stick your finger through this.
Oh, damn.
That's not good. Then we got
Yeah, it's kind of the same deal on this side almost.
2 holes in the top.
Yep.
She ain't watertight, that's for sure.
Slow. Nice and slow. It's slower than 327, dude. It's
Yeah.
so slow. That's probably faster.
It's okay.
Yeah, it'll be
That
perfect.
thing runs great.
Head, cams, intake, and carb headers be a big difference.
Yeah.
I think Kia Accord is faster than this.
That's sad.
Like it might be. Dude, it's so slow.
You want to do a race? Yeah, dude. All right, Ford's first time driving a first gen Camaro. I don't think he ever drove my 67. But yeah, pretty much feels the same. Doesn't have power brakes, just FYI. It's drums all the way around too.
Yeah. It's a little mushy. You have to push down pretty hard.
Yeah. What do you think? Is your Accord faster?
Probably, yeah. It's such a different experience driving older cars.
Oh, for sure.
It just feels so different. What are these buttons?
That's the horns.
No.
They should work.
Yeah. So we're back from the car wash. It's looking very sexy. As you can see. The plan is to repaint it, right?
Yeah, it'll get painted. We're gonna keep it the same color. And probably get a new top. Maybe do a little bit of engine work, maybe a little bit faster. We're gonna get the the hideaway headlights. We're gonna get those working again. Man, I love that front end. It just looks mean. All right. Well, I think that's it for this video. We'll continue to post more videos of the Camaro as we do things to it. So I guess stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel
And comment.
and go follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more car content.
Yes, sir.